Anti-Afro Svengalis. I need to talk about history because there's a lot of talk about history going around. And if you're not careful, there are some people out there that just might pull the wool over your eyes. We can't waste our time trying to correct every single thing people say about the past. But there are just some things we cannot let slide. What we can't let slide is this recitation about the role of the goo guys. And I have a very hard time calling them the good guys because that's not what they mainly talked about. Now, before I get into the goo guys, I'm going to give an illustration as to the reasons why I have a hard time calling them anything other than the goo guys. Stay tuned, and I will have to come back and correct some of that history out there that's floating around that is very much inaccurate. Don't touch that dial.
Come on, we got everything. We got all fresh cuts today. We got top loin, porterhouse, T-bone, blade, bolt, tip, tri-tip, chuck. We got everything.
So basically, meat.
Got a lot of meat.
Oh, good.
Got a lot of meat.
Tyrone would like those beef kidneys, so how about a half pound of those?
No, not the kidneys. It's the membranes. I don't want to pull
I'll
those
take
things
care
off.
of the membranes. Don't worry about it.
Randy, you could pull the membrane off.
Will you stop it? I think a little bit of the salmon, maybe a half pound of the salmon, half pound of the kidneys.
Half pound.
And do me a favor, just get one of those pepperoni sticks out. I just want to hold it.
Will you stop it?
Randy, you could pull the membrane off.
Will you stop it?
Get one of those pepperoni sticks out. I just want to hold it.
Will you stop it?
Hi, may I help you?
Vanderhoof.
V-A-N?
D-E-R-H-O-O-F.
Okay, non-smoking, 2 nights. We have you down for Queen.
What are you suggesting, my dear man?
Do you want to put this on a credit card?
Oh, yes.
Talk to Daddy.
Every single person you brought up, you said was gay and had a gay lover. You just had to bring them into this. And this is a screenshot from one of your live streams. I'm not going to show you the whole screen, but here's an example. These are the kind of comments that you would prompt generated in your live streams. Look at this. This is what you all focused on. You folks were obsessed about labeling every single person as a gay person, LGBT or whatever. You guys were obsessed with that. You even said Gerald was a member, is either you or C-Rock, you were there, was a member of NAMBLA that's trying to outlaw the age of consent laws with minors. And Gerald got up, it was your panel, Gerald got up there and confronted you all about that. Someone said they had an email. You had no email. So why is it you're leaving all of this out? You leave this part out and you put forth some romanticized version of the goo guys. Let me let you hear what TC said. And he added something on about KKC, which I'm going to address. Stay tuned and I will return.
When it was people on your side that was afraid to say something to me, of course, AFW has admitted it. I heard AAS admitted it. She said, yo, we all gravitated to the smoke gang shit because KKC, Max V, Lenonana disappeared. Y'all was ran off. Y'all was the ones that was trying, y'all was the ones that was standing up and, going against the good guys. Y'all was the ones, coming with the hardcore, street shit that we was on. So y'all was standing up to us. And a lot of them gravitated over to your channel, KK. And she just recently spoke about this when she was beefing with KKC. And she said, yo, how come you didn't address Smoke, Grown Man, and all of them?
That was a
because
fact.
Y'all was, in essence, y'all was hiding behind them.
They was hiding. Listen, and at the time, a lot of people wasn't even getting attacked because they was hiding behind her.
Okay, we got to clarify something. TCTV, you are mixing together episodes. Let's separate the episodes. You had an issue with Grown Man. You two were not always cordial. You were locked in horns with the Smoke. So that's an issue that is separate from the mess that was going on when you folks were attacking AFW and perpetrating criminal offenses upon us. That is a very separate situation. You're confusing the two issues. We were never fearful of you, TCTV. Why would we have a reason to fear you? We did not accept your tactics because all you wanted to do was talk about everybody was gay. Who the hell wants to engage in any sort of discussion when all you want to talk about is sex and screwing and gay men and booties and stuff? That's what you all were talking about mainly, and making up lies on people. I was never on your panel. What are you talking about? So your issue with Grown Man and your issue with Smoke, and the issues were not exactly the same, I was not involved with. The AFW did not get involved with. That was your thing. I don't go jumping in the middle of stuff like that. Now, I will defend my friend. You were attacking Gerald. You were trying to make up crap about him, trying to get him locked up in a jail cell by saying he was a child molester. You damn right I'm going to defend him. You guys are making up all these lies about us. And Dempsey was paying people to file false reports and all this shit and false CPS reports. You're also confused about something else. What Lennon Honor was doing on his channel had nothing to do with an AAS channel. That was totally separate. I never depended on Lennon Honor about anything with respect to AAS channel. My channel never came to a grinding halt if Lennon didn't post a live stream. I was never monetized. I continued to post on this channel whether or not Lennon Honor ran a live stream. Same thing with KKC. I did not depend on KKC to run a live stream to keep AAS channel going. I don't know where you're getting that from. I never relied on them to run live streams to continue doing what I was doing or what we were doing, because we were doing things on and off YouTube. How do you know the exact reasons why he wasn't posting videos? You don't know that. You're a family man. Maybe there's something going on in the family he needed to attend to. You can't make all these assumptions about why somebody's not running a live stream. It had nothing to do with AAS channel. Absolutely nothing. Again, you were the one that made up this imaginary battle with AFW. All you guys were doing was making up all these lies. We weren't going to sit here and try to battle down all these lies and fight with you over this vulgarity you were slashing and bashing about. Who's going to get up and argue with people who have foul mouths, who are threatening kids and targeting spouses? What debate? What is there to debate about that? There's nothing to debate about. I never debated any of you. Gerald, for a time, tried to defend his family and then realized it's futile. You need to go to the law if people are harassing your family. That's what you need to do. And you had a bad reaction to that. You were calling us snitches. We need to be, whatever you said, trying to intimidate us. We shouldn't be calling the cops. Well, you can't tell us what we're going to do if you're threatening people's relatives. You can't tell them not to go to the police. We weren't going to listen to you anyway, but you expected us to tolerate what you all were doing, and we never were going to do that. So I'm not sure where you're getting this from. You're entitled to your own perspective, but it's incorrect. And as far as the Smokes channel, you have that incorrect as well. We went back to the Smokes channel. The primary reason, number one, the rats left. And I did a video about the rats off the sinking ship, which means the rats think the ship is sinking or the ship is sinking. Either way it goes. I posted a video about that, about how they did the Smoke dirty. And I still believe that to this day. The whole issue with the Smokes channel, I had a very big problem with all these people. This is at the time this was happening, claiming to rock heavy with KKC while also rocking with the Smoke, while KKC's mortal enemy was over there, welcome with open arms. That was the main problem. But when they stabbed the Smoke in the back and the rats left, that changed the landscape. And there was another reason why we went back there, but I'm not getting into that. That's not for public consumption. You want to characterize it as a goo guy battle. It wasn't. It only had a relationship to the goo guys with respect to one person primarily. and that was the mortal enemy of KKC. The rest of it was a general issue with the rats over there. The other issue, that had to do with your battle with the smoke and Grown Man. It wasn't related to us. We didn't go over there because we needed protection. I never said to Smoke or Grown Man, please protect me. Natural instinct is probably what kicked in when certain shit went down, which far too many dudes in these YouTube streets are lacking. I never told anybody, please defend me, please help me. I never said anything like that. I'm not one of these fake females around here who goes around talking shit to these dudes, talking about their families, claiming to have all this mess on their criminal backgrounds, and then I run and cry when they start coming back with a response and say you're attacking a female. I don't pull the woman's card. I never asked anyone to defend me. If they did it on their own volition. I've mentioned this before and I'll mention it again. I very much appreciate, and we're talking specifically about Smoke's channel, when Grown Man and Smoke stepped up and supported me and defended me. I didn't ask them to do that, but I very much appreciate it because there's far too few dudes in these YouTube streets that will do that. What we have these, I don't know what you want to call them, males who were around and saw what went on and decide to step up and defend these females pulling this fake ass woman's card after they run their mouths on people talking all kinds of shit and feel for some reason nobody can say anything about them. I'm talking about some really foul shit. I've never heard of a female who can run her mouth on a dude and thinks, oh my God, you can't say anything about me because I'm a female. That's kind of shit that Carrie Ann pulls to. She pulls that shit all the time. Whines and cries and talks all this shit, came into the space talking all kinds of crap about black men. And T-Pre does the same thing, making these insulting comments about brothers. I don't get it, people. Ridiculing men because of their height. I mean, what is that supposed to do? Are you trying to say you're going to beat the dude up? And then gets pissed when they come back and say something about her family. But she can talk about their family. It doesn't make sense, people. I have never come after anybody's family, but you got these folks up here trying to act like they can say whatever the hell they want about me, but it's some damn federal offense. If I so happen to come back, I'm not even talking about their families. So you got it all twisted around, TCTV. It's not what happened. And tell me, when did KKC get up on the platform and really go to battle with you all? Very rarely did he really get up and really talk about these issues. Same thing with Lennon. It wasn't like he was launching this full-scale battle. He rarely mentioned it. So what was I missing when they weren't posting? I wasn't missing anything. And yeah, I'm going to talk about KKC in a minute. He wasn't even talking about you all on the sneak panel. He was talking shit about me, and he was talking shit about Rev G and getting paid for it. So he wasn't even covering you all on sneak panel. And Lennon definitely wasn't talking about you all on the sneak panel. So where is the protection that I was missing when they weren't around? I mean, your recitation is not accurate, TCTV. It's simply not accurate. With respect to King Kong Crazy, TCTV, again, you're way off. I don't know how you could get what you got by listening to the videos that I posted. I posted 2 parts. You don't have to listen to the videos, but it doesn't sound like you did because Grown Man is a lot closer than you are. I guess, yeah, hiding behind me definitely would be scapegoating because that's what KKC did. He used me as a scapegoat. He used me as a crash dummy. So yes, that would be a form of hiding. The big issue with KKC, and I'm ready to get busy again with part 3, he had pre-existing issues or separate issues with these brothers that had nothing to do with me, and he decided to attack me. That's the issue straight up. You got no business. You got no reason. You have no justification. KKC didn't. Talking to me, coming after me when you refused, absolutely refused to step to Grown Man. He could have come up on the panel anytime to Step to Grown Man. He did not step to the smoke. He never came up on a panel with Remix. He never came over to Remix's channel when Remix was talking about the beats. And I posted a video and I gave input. Everybody else was talking about it, but that was a separate issue that they had. He never, even before I posted my video, he never went and addressed it with Remix. And he ran from Rev G. He pulled some cowardly bullshit on Rev G, talking about his family, lying on him. But he has all the smoke in the world for me. That's a cowardly bullshit move, and I called him out on it. That's what it is with KKC. There's no mystery to it. No mystery. And before that, he was up there talking all kinds of shit about me, sneak dissing me. And I said, let him keep talking. Because when it was time for me to talk, what the hell could he say? What the hell could he possibly say about me after he sat up there on his platform and dropped all that bullshit on me after I supported his channel, gave him content, and he's freaking pissed off because I won't kiss his ass and only sit on his channel and talk about nothing other than Umar Johnson so he can make money. All the while he's over there letting them pregnant, rat-eating witches give birth, like I'm going to sit up there and let them curse me in a chat and I'm not going to say anything about it. He refused to do anything about that, so I bounced. I got the hell up out of there. That's what happened. And of course, he exacted revenge on me, and Rev G got those sneak panels together, making money off us, and he continues to do that to this very day. He knows he has nothing he can say that equates with me actually doing something to him. And the same applies to Gerald. Nobody did anything to this dude, but he is so pissed off, he decides to come and attack me and attack Gerald instead of stepping to the brothers who he has serious issues with. Grown Man, The Smoke, Gerald, and Remix. That has nothing to do with me. So I don't know why you're making up something that never happened. What you're saying didn't occur. It never happened. It's very clear what KKC did. And he was so cowardly. He went to Sneak Panel to talk more shit about us after he said, we're not important. Nobody cares. I'm moving on. Yeah, I'm moving on to make money off you. And still continues to do the very same thing. If you're going to tell the story, tell the story. That's what happened. Quit trying to change things around. One of these days, maybe you will get the nerve to actually tell what went down instead of trying to craft and recreate and make it into something that it wasn't. It's pretty straightforward. I know people might think it's boring, but it was never any of this rah, rah, rah that you're claiming that it was. Not with us, it wasn't. And this gay element going on around here that people don't want to admit, the gay element has to do with the people who keep bringing it up. It has nothing to do with us. This is you guys. We work with LGBTQIA in a professional arena. You guys are up here on YouTube bringing it up everywhere. Yes, there are gay people here in these YouTube streets. It's LGBTQIA, excuse me. That doesn't bother us, but apparently it's causing a lot of angst among you all. You guys can't stop talking about this population. You want it to be front and center conversation. It's more on you all's mind. I mean, front and center, just like it is with Umar. You can't stop talking about it. So wouldn't you think the people who are so obsessed with the topic are the ones that have the issue with it, rather than those who are working with a population on the human rights side of things, not on the sexual side of things? Well, I guess you could say if anybody would be talking about LGBTQIA and sexual issues, it would be me, like I do with all clients, like I do with all people I work with. It isn't specific to LGBTQIA. Gerald would not be talking about sexual issues on a very, very outside referral sense. Don't people do things because they find it enjoyable? If you're talking about men's dicks all the time and men's buttholes, that's because you like talking about it. Who keeps bringing up this topic? It was the goo guys. Continuously. When were we over there talking about this with these idiots? We weren't ever over there talking about this. Gerald went over there to warn people he was going to sue them if they didn't stop spreading lies about him. And we have that documentation. If they want to talk about these issues, speak, Queasy. There are plenty of spaces where you can go where you're not going to get a battle. But I guess you're trying to see if you can conquer someone. I guess it's no fun if you go and hang out with people who are the same. You want to try to see if you can recruit someone. I guess that's a real challenge, right? But it's so boring. It's so drab. It's old. It's played out. It's dull. It's really dull. You don't want to know about the human right side of ally because you were so obsessed about the sexual angle, the sexual functioning of male body parts. You're a man, don't you know how a man's body works? Why do you need to have Gerald Palmer explain things to you? You are obsessed with gay male sex. Go deal with that and access it. You are a fully grown adult male. Why should you have shame attached to that? Quit trying to put it on people that have nothing to do with man on man and butt sex and whatever you want to call it. Go enjoy yourself. Keep people out of it who want nothing to do with it. There are people out here that are new and don't really know the history. So you owe it to the people out there to speak the truth. So the next time you start talking about history, relay truth. The people deserve the truth, not some rah-rah hero story of the goo guys. It just is non-existent. People, you know, I have much more to say, and that's coming down the pike. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.